Here we are at lesson 5.9, our first video, and today we're going to be talking about comparing fractions and mixed numbers. And how do we compare fractions and mixed numbers? And we're going to do this through a variety of different word problems and story problems. So we'll get to that in just a bit, but we're going to start off as we traditionally do with our first video. We're going to start off with some problems here that we've been working on here. The first, we're going to focus on subtraction. The first problem is 9 3/8 less 1 4/8. Then we have 2 5/8 less 1 7/8. And then our last problem, 12 3/9 less 4 5/9. So pause the video, work these problems, and then when you're done, check and see how you did. It's very important that we are able to do this, ladies and gentlemen, and we're building skill upon skill upon skill. So again, pause the video, and work the problems, and then check and see how you did. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, you've taken some time and worked through these problems because it is important. First thing we're going to do, we're looking at 3/8 minus 4/8. Now, our numerator 3 is less than our numerator 4, so we cannot subtract this problem as is. So we got to go to our neighbor, borrow some sugar. 9 becomes 8. And what we're going to bring over is we're going to bring over 1. In this case, we're going to bring 1 in the terms of 8/8. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to add those together, the 8/8 and the 3/8, and we're going to get 11/8. And now we can do 11/8 minus 4/8. 11 minus 4 is 7. The language we're speaking is 8. We'll put it over 8. Then 8 less 1 is 7. Problem 2. 5/8. 2 and 5/8 less 1 7/8. 5/8, 7/8. 7 is greater than 5, so we can't do it as is, so we have to go to our neighbor, borrow some sugar. 2 becomes 1, and we're going to bring over 1. And we're going to bring over 1 in the case of 8/8. Okay? Now we're going to add these together, and this becomes 13 over our language is 8. Now we can do 13 less 7. And if I want, I can just slide this over so it's 7/8. So we can go like that. 13 less 7 is going to be 6 all over 8. Oops. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, if you write the 0, that's fine. If you don't write the 0, that's fine too. Okay? Finally, we have 12 3/9 less 4 5/9. Now, let's look. 3 is less than 5, so we cannot do this. You'll have to go to our neighbor, borrow some sugar. 12 becomes 11, and then we're going to bring over 1. And we're going to bring over 1 in the case, in the language of ninths, and that's 9/9. We're going to add those together. We're going to get 12/9, because remember, we do not add the denominators. That just tells us what language we're talking about. And I'm going to bring my 5/9 over here, and now I'm ready to subtract. 12 less 5 is 7, and our language again is ninths. And then we have 11, because remember, it was 12, we borrowed 1, 11, and it becomes 11. 11 less 4 is 7. So 7 7/9. Now, hopefully you got them all correct. If not, where did you make your error? How did you make your error? One thing I did differently this time is when I borrowed my 1, I brought it over in whatever language. Remember, if the numerator is the same as the denominator, then that equals 1. And that's like 6 over 6, that equals 1, 5 over 5. And you don't have to write this down. This is me just reminding you. So when I borrowed my 1, I brought it over in the correct language. All right, that's it for video number 1. Next, we're going to be talking about comparing fractions and mixed numbers.